This story is based on real events that took place in a small town outside Asheville, North Carolina. In the fall of 2019, the family involved asked that their real names never be used. A local police report still exists, closed under insufficient evidence. If you're home alone right now, watching this late at night, you may want to pause. Because after tonight, you'll never look at a missed call from a loved one the same way again. Fall 2019. A quiet cul-de-sac just outside Asheville, North Carolina. We'll call her Claire, 24 years old, finishing her last semester of grad school. She lived with her father, Mark, a retired high school teacher, and her younger brother, Tyler, 16. Her mother, Diane, was staying in a nearby town for a few weeks, helping care for Claire's grandmother, who'd just had surgery. Every night around 11, Diane would call to check in before bed. The house itself was old, built in the 1950s. The kind with creaky wood floors and a staircase that groaned, no matter how carefully you walked on it. Claire had grown up in that house. To her, it was just home. What she didn't know was that the property had a history, one that none of the neighbors talked about anymore. October 14th. Everyone else in the house was asleep, her dad upstairs, Tyler in his room with headphones on, still gaming. Claire was in the living room, laptop open, working on her thesis. At exactly 11:47 p.m., her phone lit up. Missed call, Mom. She called back. It picked up after 2 rings. But there was nothing on the other end. Just static, faint, crackling, like an old radio losing signal. Mom. You there? A few seconds of silence. Then a voice came through, her mother's voice. But distant, muffled, like it was traveling through a tunnel. Sweetheart. Check the door. The call dropped. Claire figured it was a bad connection. Cell service out in that part of the county could be spotty. She tried calling back. This time, call failed. Full bars. Strong Wi-Fi. No obvious reason it shouldn't connect. She didn't want to wake her dad over something so small. So she got up, walked into the hallway. The hallway light, which had never flickered before, flickered twice. The front door, which was always locked and chained at night, was cracked open. A thin line of cold air slipped through. Claire shut the door, locked it, rechecked the chain twice. She went back to bed but couldn't sleep. Her heart wouldn't slow down. The next morning, her mom called like normal. Claire asked, "Why'd you call so late last night? You said to check the door." Silence on the other end. "Honey, I didn't call you last night. My phone died around 10. I was asleep before 10:30. Claire's stomach dropped. She pulled up her call log. Missed call from Mom, 11:47 p.m., duration, 43 seconds. The call was there. Logged. Real. But no one had made it. She tried to brush it off, probably a glitch, she told herself. But that night, it happened again. 11:47 p.m. Mom on the screen. The same static. The same words, "Sweetheart, check the door." This time, Claire didn't answer. She silenced the phone. A few minutes later, there were 3 soft knocks on her bedroom door. "Tyler. Is that you?" No answer. The next day, Claire drove to a neighbor's place, an elderly man named Walter, who'd lived on that road his entire life, going back to the 1960s. She told him what had been happening. His face went pale the second she mentioned the address. "Before your house was built, there was another one on that same lot. Family that lived there. Had a daughter, her name was Emily. Back in 1987. Her mother went into town and never made it back, car accident on the old highway. Nobody told Emily right away. She waited by that front door for weeks. Convinced her mom was coming home. Eventually, she disappeared too. They never found her." Claire felt a chill crawl up her spine. Walter, Is the front door in the same spot? He nodded slowly. That door you keep locking, checking, worrying over. That's right about where Emily used to stand, waiting. That night, Claire couldn't sleep at all. She decided if the call came again, she'd answer it and ask directly. 11:47 p.m. Mom calling. She took a breath and picked up. Is this Emily? A long silence. Then the voice came through again, but different this time. Two voices layered together, her mother's, and a second one. Smaller, younger, almost childlike. Sweetheart. Check the door. Mommy's coming home. Claire, shaking, said quietly. Your mom isn't coming back. Emily. It's been over 30 years. A pained, high-pitched sound came through the speaker, not quite a scream. But close, and the call cut off instantly. The screen went completely black for a few seconds before returning to normal. As if the phone itself had shut off and restarted. She stayed in her room the rest of the night. But she heard it, soft footsteps in the hallway, moving toward the stairs. Then the unmistakable sound of the front door unlocking, the chain sliding free. Even though she'd checked it 3 times herself. Claire told her dad everything. He didn't believe her at first, until he heard the same knocking and footsteps. Himself 2 nights later. After that, his skepticism disappeared. They decided that the next night, their last in that house, the whole family would stay in one room together. And no matter what they heard, no one would go check the door. At 11:47 p.m., every light in the house began to flicker. Claire's phone rang. Mom calling. At the exact same moment. In another room, Tyler's phone rang too. Same caller ID. Same time. 2 phones, 2 different rooms, ringing in perfect sync. No one answered. The ringing lasted exactly 43 seconds, the same duration as that very first call. Then both phones went silent on their own. After that, the house went completely still. But from down the hallway came the faint sound of a child laughing, soft, sad, like someone smiling without any real joy behind it. By morning, the family packed what they could and left the house for good. The family never publicly explained why they moved out so suddenly. All they'd say was, something wasn't right in that house. Later, Claire did some digging through county archive records and found a real missing persons report from 1987, a 9-year-old girl reported missing from that exact neighborhood. The case remains open, unsolved, to this day. The house still stands, empty. No buyer has ever stayed more than a few months. Local kids say that if you walk down that road at exactly 11:47 p.m., you can sometimes hear a phone ringing from somewhere inside. Even though the power's been shut off for years. To this day, wherever Claire lives, she silences her phone every night before 11:47, and if she ever forgets and sees Mom calling light up her screen at that exact moment, her heart still stops. Just for a second. If this story gave you chills, drop 11:47 in the comments below. And if you're home alone right now, you might want to go check your phone.